Hey everyone, how's it going? And welcome back to another Let's Play with author J.P.Edgar, where this guy plays some games he's never played before. And today we are continuing our journey in the stars with Star Trek Resurgence. Yeah, it is not Resurrection. It is Resurgence. Star Trek Resurgence, PS5. So let's without wasting any more time, like I've wasted a crap load of time so far. Let's get going. My gosh, absolutely terrible. I know how to do this. It's not like I haven't done this, 200 times now, right? I haven't been doing this for a couple years. No idea what to say and how to do it. I cannot things to do today. Not only that, I'm kind of fighting a migraine, so, yeah. Migraine, being very migraine-y. It's been kind of, speaking is hard. Speak is tough to, yeah. I've been fighting a migraine past couple days. It really formed up last night. Kicked my butt this morning, so yeah, so we'll see how things turn out. Anyway, how you doing, chat? How you doing? Let's get this going. Collision course. That's right, we were about to initiate combat with the crystalline cruiser. Yes, something like that, right? Something like that.
That should allow us to take a few more hits. Enemy phaser impact dissipated. Heading, Captain?
Let's kind of just go over there.
Attack pattern Beta 3.
We are on full
Circle
defensive
around
at the moment.
and come back firing.
Aye, Captain.
Because we don't have any shields or effective shields, we are on full defensive.
Xeldi in range.
I guess we're going to fire.
Fire!
As expected.
Xeldi shields down to 82%.
Pew, 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 pew.
We're doing damage, but they're hitting us right back. We'll run
Yeah,
out of hull before we penetrate their shields.
exactly.
Perhaps I can be of assistance. I can modify your impulse engines to amplify their meager output and avoid more of their attacks. But I will need full access to your propulsion systems.
That goes against dozens of Starfleet regulations.
It's not a security risk if the alternative is destruction.
To me, it's simple. You can take this beating and hope you can weather it. Or will you put your trust in me? I've left everything behind for you.
This is an interesting scenario. This is going to be like instinct versus directives. Chinny McChin does have a point. This is for the sake of the ship and the crew, but it does go against directives, which may impact her ability and her final decision to get a ship of her own, because she kind of just went against all of the directives. I'm kind of leaning toward letting him do it, because it's about the survival of the ship and making sure that the Federation itself will be okay. Oh dear, I actually have something. Started learning sign language, enjoying it a lot. A friend of mine, Sean, I think he took a lot of sign language. I remember him cutting off someone in the driveway, and he said thank you in sign language, but it looked like he was flipping him off. I said, okay. Just finished work, I'm still feeling pretty good. Awesome. Oh god, looks like Astarion as an old man. Alright, anyway. Yeah, I'm going to let him do it.
The least you can do is put your faith in me.
Commander Ermot, give Bortle access to the propulsion systems. You're going to have the ship in your hands. Don't let me down.
This will take a moment.
Like, he could do it if he wants. That's the thing. It's like, he's OP. They're going so fast that PS5 is struggling to keep up. and that will improve our survivability.
Your ship has let up its fire.
That gives us some time.
All right.
That was an interesting neck
This freight
position.
container should do the trick.
Be quick.
We need one big enough.
Find
for all
a
of
sturdy
inside.
container for your escape
Something
pod.
we can make airtight.
I think we already kind of figured out it was this one.
Damn it, not this one.
Not enough room for the big guy.
Oh, that's undersized? Oh, it didn't give me... This is the same size, so this is going to be armored. Okay.
Go, here we go.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
That's great, but it's not airtight yet.
No problem. We'll just seal it up.
This is
Container
risky.
Is extremely heavy. Even with the containment field open, it won't leave the bay quickly. I'll find something to accelerate our exit.
This is one risky movement.
Glancing blow. Very little damage.
I cannot keep this up for long.
Their
What
phaser
you
banks
could
are
have done is you
recharging.
can
It's our
actually
window.
repair
We
the
have to
shields.
strike back.
I agree.
Their next barrage could be our last.
Agreed.
Better make this count.
Target their weapon systems. Take the teeth out of their bite.
That could
Agreed.
make them run. Just like the Veskar, we'd lose Diaz and Etzelar again. Hit their engines. We've already lost the...
Interesting. So we have the weapons and the engines. The engines will definitely make them not run, but it'll keep them firing. I think I'm going to go with the engines. Because no matter what, they can just VoIP away where we can't do anything. Astarion is having difficulty keeping up the engine power, which is kind of counterintuitive to what he was saying earlier on. We can do this and we'll be fine. But you can only do it for so long. So yeah, I think the engines is the play here.
Veskar.
We need to protect ourselves first.
Target their propulsion systems. I don't want them going anywhere.
Targeting their engines.
Pew, 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 pew. Wow, went to the shields.
Whoa. We gotta move it now.
These will give us the push we need.
Those are explosives.
We'll ride the blast right out of here. All set.
I'll set the containment field to deactivate, and then run back. We can detonate by remote.
We'll need to seal the doors from inside the container once we do.
Before all the air sucks out of the cargo bay.
Just a few more moments.
Hurry! What are they doing in there?
And seal it up, and seal it up. Oh, how are you able to keep your footing?
Please, help me.
No. Let the Tkon get what they deserve.
Don't leave me to die.
I don't know. Can we really leave her?
This is an interesting scenario that we got here. We can either leave her to die or not. And I'm thinking save her for two reasons. It'll raise the relation with the big guy, and it'll give the Federation or the ship itself time to study the material or the person, as well as allow Astarion to go face to face with the lady. So I want to save him. It's risky, but it's gonna. Yeah, let's do it.
Look at her. She's not a threat. It's now or never.
This ship can't fly. Sidron set it to self-destruct. Please, Amenta.
It's not her.
No. I know it's not.
Carter, we have to seal the doors.
Don't leave me.
Get this lifeboat off the ship.
This is a confirmation. Oh man, Once again, the moral dilemmas. This is the interesting scenario we got here. Keep saying that with every single choice. Yeah, that's kind of how it's going to be. So this is an interesting scenario we got here. So it's a confirmation, save her or not. I'm still going to go with save her. It's one of those last ditch efforts to get the people that we lost back.
Before Citron blows it all to hell.
Come on! Hurry!
Exelar to Resolute.
I have the away team.
I feel good about this decision.
We're about to exit.
We see the cargo bay containment field is deactivated.
Get that tractor beam ready. And you should know, the Xeldi is set to self-destruct.
If we do enough damage to the Xeldi first, it'll prevent the self-destruct sequence from completing.
What? That doesn't make any
Can't wait
sense.
any longer. We have to fire.
Captain, they're almost out of there.
That doesn't make sense. We are going to destroy the ship to make sure it doesn't fall in any hands. But if they destroy the ship enough, the system will be like, well, we're screwed anyway, so we're just going to quit. Screw this, I'm out of here. It's destroyed enough. That doesn't make much sense to me. I think we're going to wait a moment, just a moment, because we could start shooting at it. Gotta wait for it. It's armored crate. Do we need the Xeldi? Do we absolutely need it? What is the purpose of salvaging that ship? I mean, it's been a few days, so I might be missing something. But so far, I'm thinking, let's just wait a minute. And if it gets destroyed, it gets destroyed. But let's save the crew. Part of the ship, part of the crew, right?
We need to act fast. Hold all fire. Get out of there, petty officer. Do it now.
You heard her.
Do it now.
Done!
Ready?
Detonate!
Detonate.
We're out. I have them on sensors. Tractor beam activating.
Locked on and ready to fire.
Just do it.
Fire!
Do it now. Looks like a porta potty at the Taco Bell. All right, Chad. All right.
Tractor beam's locked on. We have them. They'll be pulled into the docking bay shortly.
There's something else. I tracked a transporter signal to the planetoid moments before the Xeldi detonated.
Sidron.
There's a Tkon structure there. It's the reason they were here. It's the reason we are here. Now.
I think I was too busy mocking the gesture for me to read everything that's going on. So I believe it's going to be like how we're going to reply to this. It's the reason we are here. I mean, I guess like let's do this type of deal. So hopefully I get this right. I don't know. We'll go on together. All right, let's do it.
I have to see it for myself. We'll go there together.
I had assumed as much.
Is this the Tkon arsenal Galvin was after?
Legend says This region once held the sacred mysteries of the Tkon Empire. Our greatest treasure. Our most fearsome technology.
I want a full security detail. Westbrook, Resurgence, you're with me. Mr. Ermont, you have the con.
Wait. You're not the first officer anymore. The captain is supposed to stay with the ship.
Dang.
I'm surprised Lieutenant Bedrosian didn't raise that first.
I thought Captain Rydek knew what she was doing.
Once again, we have an interesting scenario. We can James T. Kirk this thing and just go on every dangerous thing because we're going to have plenty of red shirts. Or we can follow regulations. Man, once again, the scenario has gotten interesting. Well, if we are strictly going with protocol, Chin's got a point. I'm going to start drinking every time you say interesting scenario. Well, that's an interesting scenario. All right, we're going to stick with protocol. We're going to stick with the protocol. Oh, that's not even right. I can't even stick to protocol. It's how aggressive I want to be in decision making. It's jerk, kind of a jerk, and not so much of a jerk. So I want to go with not so much of a jerk.
That's the protocol. But it's also a captain's prerogative to break that protocol.
I suppose it is.
We'll deal with the first officer vacancy when we return. Until then, Mr. Ermont?
Yes, Captain.
I mean, it won't be much of a game if you're just sitting in the captain's chair watching the away team do their thing. Yeah, true. And he's just, everyone's wearing suits, and the guy's just like, Astarion, just like, I'm immune to the cold. That was an eye roll if I ever saw one. How's your space diabetes?
The enemy could be anywhere. Follow my lead.
Let's make this a short mission, all right?
That's the plan.
Unless your call to come down here. Still not sure I agree. But I respect the chain of command.
All I want to do was a pew, pew, pew.
Lasers should make quick work of the ice.
Can't duck and fire at the same time. Complex motions are complex. Oh, can't even have your phaser out while ducking. Man, it's only like I'm using all my energy on this ice. I always kind of wondered that, like, do phasers have like backup batteries? Well, like once you run out of Duracells, you just use like Energizer batteries? What can't they do? So yes, I believe they can.
Is this another Tkon vault?
They run on plot. Plot powers the
I
phasers.
don't see a way in.
Vault in the mines was already open.
There must be some way to activate it. Look around. There must be some sort of hidden mechanism to
Oh, just
I don't see anything.
just pointing weapon and everything, you know? Fire. Look around. I don't see anything. Did you look? I mean, You haven't even, like, given a breath between sentences, Hicken mechanism.
Better to keep it simple. Sometimes the answer is staring you right in the face.
Butt kissy or just modesty? Let's just butt kiss that. No. We're going to modest the crap out of it. However, I suspect we're going to have a scenario. We're going to have to like his relation will determine the outcome of the end game. That's what I'm thinking. All right, butt kiss.
Nicely done.
Oh, nice to know that we can take off our helmets. But it wasn't even closed yet. So what was the purpose of the helmets? What type of suit is that, lady? So it's not giving me any options to look around besides that camera control, but like investigate or interact with anything. So I guess the only way I can go up is this lit up staircase.
Spread out. Let's see what we can find. And stay on high alert. We don't know where the Tkon that beamed down here could be.
You will need my help, Commander.
How so?
Traversal here is trivial for a Tkon, but only a Tkon. When you come across a device you cannot use, merely call my name.
Will do. Thank you.
I will, Big Daddy Astarion. You know, I think it might be Astarion because how long between the Baldur's Gate timeline in technology all the way to Starfleet? So if we're looking at like, let's say 1000 AD, all the way to Starfleet's date, and Astarion is still up and running. Yeah, vampirely, wrinkly person. He probably had his ears surgically removed, so he's, you know, more able to walk around the community and stuff like that. Yes, that guy is Astarion. Phasers run on power cells. No idea if they have backups, and Starfleet engineers are very ingenious. And they live in a post-scarcity society. Probably don't have to worry about overpower. The case that they run on plot. It's not Tkonian technology, he's just using knock. He's gotten so adept at lockpicking, all he has to do is just clench his fist and things open up.
This pattern resembles the transporter device Petty Officer Maris used to escape the Resolute. Portal 6-3?
You wish to make use of this device?
It's a transporter of some kind?
It allows Tkon to move through space instantly a short distance. Very convenient. I will activate the system for you.
So yes, the answer is yes. Oh, how convenient.
Where does it go?
I'm not sure. The markings here must be from after my time.
Well, only one way to find out.
Investigate Zafalta. See, Astarion's just here for the loot. Or Astarion. Sorry. Hey, what do you find? You have a tricorder? Lucky! All I get to do is walk around and use my eyes. Alright. Alright, Astarion. What do you got?
Do you know what this place was used for?
It feels familiar, but I'm not certain. The Empire was vast. I did not know every corner of it, and much was built after I became a portal. However, Tkon would not build such a place without something precious to protect.
Whatever that is,
okay.
We have to find it before Galvin does.
So, what do we got? We have... We're not able to interact with anything, as far as I can tell. No, open space. Have to be at the right angle for it, apparently.
Portal? What is that void down there?
Space folding upon itself. A fairly simple concept.
For a Tkon, perhaps?
Yes, simple.
I advise against falling in.
I won't fall in, I'll jump in. Where's the jump button? Alright, so it seems I have to go down this corridor, not that one, where... You just chilling here? Alright. So this is the interesting situation, interesting scenario.
I should look elsewhere.
What? Where? Where do I need to look? I have hugged the wall. There's nothing else for me to interact with. I like how they put a visible line on all of the vertices and the lines themselves. They're mostly triangles, but I did notice a quad. The thing is, the quad doesn't, like, one of the vertices doesn't attach to anything, which kind of throws me off. And is the one right above her right shoulder. It's just the mark that goes there, but there's nothing there, and it throws me off. If you're going to show it, show it. No, it's fine. It's fine. It is fine. All right then. So I have once again hugged the wall, and there's nothing here. Ugh. I cannot jump, interact with, or use anything. Let's go back to the control panel. Something must be there. That's what I'm thinking. Nerd! Oh. All I heard was vertices. If you really want me to go on a lecture of 3D modeling and okay, I'm just following the right hand side. These are vertices, segments, faces, triangles, quads, and gods. I can, but that really doesn't really. That's not really the purpose of this. Scanning. Scan. Oh, not scanning.
Soil. Just soil. It's not from this planet, nor any planet in the Federation database.
Then how do you know it's just soil? Because if it's just soil, you know what it is. That is not just soil.
Why is this here?
This is soil from the homeworld. Our capital system. This isn't an arsenal. It's a temple of the ancients. Sacred ground to the Tkon. I took my oath as a guardian of the Empire in a place just like this. imagine the look of pride in my parents' eyes as they said goodbye. Forever.
Yeah, they don't have to pay for your stuff anymore? Yeah, you're finally out of the house?
Sorry. This is the first I've seen of anything new from the Tkon Empire in a very long time. I'm sure you're familiar with the feeling, that sense of loss. I thought I was ready for it, but it cuts to the core of your being, even with your defenses up.
Yeah, let's just...
I totally understand that feeling. It's unavoidable and inescapable no matter what you do.
Yes, it's that distant but familiar feeling that's forever just out of reach.
Come on!
Can you use this to find out more about what Galvin is after?
The information's encrypted. I can only discern that it's a warship. No. It's the Aphelion. Perhaps the most powerful Tkonian ship ever built.
The carrot.
I can't access the full file, but looking through the ship's schematics, it appears to be equipped with some sort of experimental, highly advanced transporter technology.
Transporter technology? For what?
Captain, you better come see this.
He wanted sympathy. Sympathy of the night. Yeah. Space carrot.
There are more up ahead.
It's a shaft of a lightsaber.
From the looks of it, I'd say someone left in a hurry.
Probably right around the time we showed up.
Meh. Gonna need a big brain to take out that box. Something about the size of Mega Maid. She's gone from suck to blow.
I've seen these before. In the other vault. And if all of those are the same as this, then there must be...
Hundreds of millions, if not billions, all that remains of the Tkon civilization. A distinct person, encapsulated in crystalline form, preserved for all eternity.
Given the size of this vault, there must have been tens of thousands of these cases, representing billions and billions of Tkon.
A threat on a truly massive scale. One your Federation can't easily contend with.
Now are you going to communicate?
What you have to understand is, these life forms were preserved for the benefit of the Tkon civilization, as a means of safeguarding the health and well-being of any Tkon, should they fall prey to illness or injury. They were never intended to be used for this purpose.
There you are wrong. This was always their purpose, to restore the glory that was lost.
That was an unusual walk cycle. He's not aggressive.
Congratulations on your first victory in battle, Captain Rydek. You killed a great many of my compatriots, some that I've known for millennia. Are you proud of how much death you've caused? Each Tkon life is precious, irreplaceable. Centuries of knowledge and culture, lost with each one you murder.
I was protecting my crew. It's regrettable to take any life. But when someone threatens galactic civilization, force is the correct response.
And I suppose it worked.
For now.
Thankfully, I don't have to convince you of anything. We'll all be on the same side soon enough.
You can't just bioform whoever you want. Not without a fight.
But that's just it. There won't be a fight. In fact, most won't even know what's happened. 1 minute you're standing there as you. The next you're standing here as one of us.
He's talking about mass transformation. That's what the Aphelion was built for.
Transporter. It'll reconstitute your DNA and bioform you into a Tkon in the blink of an eye. This is what they'll use as ammunition.
In a manner of speaking. Yes.
That's a vein coming out of his head.
Of course, that's the simple version. But the end result will be the same.
Your time has passed. The Tkon Empire is gone.
Only to be reborn better and stronger than it ever was. The Aphelion is on its way here as we speak. Now it's only a matter of time. You can't delay that which is inevitable. Which makes your next decision fairly simple, brother. You are, after all, a portal.
I am.
Your sole purpose is to serve as a guardian of the Tkon Empire. But you stand here surrounded not by your fellow Tkon, but by members of the Federation. By people who deny our fundamental right to exist. You swore an oath to protect the Empire. And I can only assume that's why you're here.
There is only one true Tkon here, and that's Portal. You're a scion, a disgrace to the memory of the Tkon, brought back through unnatural means.
I only tolerate your presence so long as you continue to amuse me. Which...
Oh no, he big angry at me. I mean, really? Why should I give a crap what he thinks? The only person I care about in terms of what to think is Astarion right there. Riker's still big mad at me. Like, why do I care? Despite the obvious animosity. And oh my gosh, see, this is why I can't read. Despite the obvious animosity, Sidron begrudgingly respects Jara's decision to protect her crew at the expense of lives, but still blames her for the blatantly manipulating. I can do the whole words thing with my eyeballs. Portal 6-3. That wasn't necessarily manipulating him. He actually mentioned that the Scions are a disgrace, tainting the memory of the Tkon, and he is the last Tkon. He mentioned that. We are regurgitating what Astarion has said. Come on.
Side are you on?
Captain Rydek, long-range sensors suggest a massive spacecraft approaching in the distance.
I did.
The time has come.
Carrots, engage.
I hope we speak again, brother.
Estimated time to contact, 6 minutes and counting.
We can't stay here. We have to get back to the ship.
And we have to preserve these souls. We must take them back to your ship.
Those crystals are ammunition to be used against us. We have to destroy them. Bombard the site from orbit.
I'll decide, once we're safely aboard the Resolute. 4 to transport.
Astarion don't need your crappy transport device. But this is like an attack on, oh sorry, not attack on Titan, Titan A.E deal.
You have to hear me out, Captain. I've always stood by you. I committed mutiny for you. But if you bring those things on board, I'll have no choice but to resign.
If they're taken to the Aphelion, they will be forced into new bodies, brought back to life in a way they never asked for.
They're not living beings, but they're still dangerous. And if you don't make decisions to protect us, we're gonna end up like Solano. You, me, the entire crew. We're all next.
Two minutes and counting. It's headed straight toward the vault. The Aphelion is coming into view now, Captain.
On screen. That's not a carrot. That is 2 carrots. Man, it's like on screen.
Arrival at the vault in less than a minute.
I would remind you.
All right. And drink, everyone, because this is an interesting scenario. Destroy all of the Tkon crystals, entities, souls, or not? I am leaning toward no. Not to destroy him. She can resign if she wants. It's her prerogative. Stand by me in the mutiny, because that's what regulation stated. What regulation states that we need to destroy everything? And not only that, I strongly suspect that if we do fire, Astarion is just going to block all the shots anyway. So.
Those life forms are Tkon, not science. Tkon. They're not your enemy.
Right or wrong, history will judge you for this moment.
Transport the storage crystals aboard the Resolute.
Did I hear that right?
That's an order.
The storage crystals are on board in our cargo bay.
Because even Kirk didn't destroy
I won't forget this.
all of finally I get a green square.
Realize what you've done. We don't need another captain who's gonna risk our lives just to feed their ego. This ship and this crew come first.
Lieutenant.
She has to hear it.
This isn't about me. It's our duty as Starfleet officers to protect life, wherever and however we find it. And I couldn't let them fall into Galvin and Sidron's hands. I had to do it this way.
And to think.
Oh, she is so big mad. She's looking away. Oh my gosh, so angry, so angry. Where's her picture? I want to see her picture. Boom, yeah. Oh, look at that. That's a frowny and a look away of disgust. Oof.
Up to you.
The Aphelion is targeting us, approaching rapidly.
They hit us with...
That's exactly what I was thinking, Bartel's bookshelf. Yeah, she seems to be very anti-Starfleet, that she can go to hell. Who cares if she resigns? He can get a new officer. Yeah, it'll make the decision of first officer that much easier. So far, McChin's going to be like the person that's going to be the most first officer-ish. Because so far, this guy has done decisions and options that doesn't really resonate with a peaceful Starfleet type of deal. And he's more logical, I think, so. But then there's also Oh, he's only lieutenant commander. He's not actually okay.
That bioforming ray, and it's over. Maximum warp. Get us out of here.
Where, Captain?
Anywhere but
That
here.
way.
Now.
I'd make Portal my first officer. No, you'd make Astarion your first officer. Plot twist. You'd make Astarion your first officer.
There they are!
Thank you. I'm not sure one of my kind would have done for you what you did for me. I did not expect a show of mercy. I hoped, but you could have just as easily left me to my fate.
I didn't do it for you. I did it because it was the right thing to do.
I don't understand it, but I'm glad you did.
So perhaps the way of getting the Tkon, the Scions to release their hosts is through empathy and sympathy. Getting them to understand that their perspective might not be the right thing, and they'll willingly offer up the hosts. So we'll see.
Now that we're safe on your ship.
Well, safe is a strong
I
word.
think you were right to bring her. Things seem a little different now than they did in the heat of battle.
What, you're not mad?
More
He was
than
big
one way
mad.
to deal with messy situations.
I'm not mad that I didn't release Ataska from her situation.
After all the trials we'd survived, maybe there's more room to hope for Ataska than I thought.
That's a very Starfleet way of doing things. That's what I'm thinking.
But your shoulders separated. If you come with me to sickbay, we can get you fixed up in no time.
Thank you. I'll find you afterwards.
You two, check in at your stations. This thing isn't over yet.
You're supposed to be at what?
Diaz.
Yeah?
Did you see our people over there? Miranda?
Kapoor, Hauser?
We saw Miranda and Kapoor, but they're bioformed. And as far as I know, there's no way to undo it.
That means they're not our friends anymore.
If they attack us?
We'll have to stop them.
That's some hair. That is.
Yeah. I guess we have to be ready for that.
So seriously, they just escorted a prisoner. Where is the prisoner, and how did you get back so quickly? Would you shove her in one of these tubes? Excuse me, prisoner, are you here? What happens if a male Tkon inhabits a female host? Good question, but seeing how they don't seem to care about being in the bodies of different species, I doubt they care much about gender and sex. Yeah, true. It's probably like, when Peter inhabits Lois's body for a brief moment.
She was a good little escape pod. Not that I want another ride like that anytime soon.
What else we got? What else we got? That's it. I think that's it.
I can't believe it, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing Chobok. Not that I'd expect this kind of welcome from him, but I can just imagine the look on his face.
You know what? I want to see him too. It'll be nice to get one piece of normalcy.
I'm sure we can count on him for that.
He'll have 0 expressions on his features.
I can't believe it. You evaded the Tkon, ejected their warp cores, and lived to talk about it.
That about sums it up.
They're gonna be teaching this at the Academy for years to come. I mean it. Everybody's gonna learn how you pulled it off.
Better get the name right.
When they do, make sure they get my name right. D-I-A-Z. Diaz. Edsalars too. I'm sure no one will forget.
I'm sorry, who are
I
you?
heard about Belle. Is Miranda?
As far as we know, she's still out there.
Well, I know Captain Rydek will do her best to get her back.
Hold on. Rydek? What about Captain Solano?
He was turned into a Tkon. Rydek had to take over. She's a hell of an officer, but none of us have been up against anything like this. No one has. Not in 500,000 years.
Never a dull moment, huh?
I guess there's never a dull moment around here, huh? You telling me it's not always like this?
Not if we can help it.
Talk to you later.
It is agreeable to see you again.
Agreeable?
Is that so?
It was by no means a certainty that you would return to duty here.
No, it was not.
But it was my sincere hope you would.
It is agreeable to see you as well, sir.
I concur.
You should know your
This
absence is
matches.
terribly short-handed. During your sojourn, this department has fallen unacceptably behind schedule on both regular and irregular duties.
There's been a whole lot of irregularity going around.
I am stating facts, not looking for excuses.
Seems like you could use some help around here. We're ready to go to work.
I'd like to catch my breath for at least a few minutes, Carter.
Nope. You wouldn't say
I would
that.
assign you to one of the many pressing repair tasks. But given your experience on board the Xeldi, I have suggested you join the senior staff briefing as we determine our next course of action. You can commence your maintenance shift afterwards.
Yeah, I recall. Oh, okay. No, better. He's the engineer Rydek ran into at the beginning. The one who was on the ship when you needed directions. Yeah, I remember that. He was also the one that I tried to stay professional with, but he got big mad at me because he was on I couldn't tell him what the plan was. He's like, grumps. And he was all happy to like that. After Jara pulled rank, he when he was discovered. Yeah, see. So pulled rank on him. But then, oh, he's not even here. Carter is like, I don't even care about Ensign. What's his face?
I tended to an Elydian earlier. Major Sarlet Arminta.
Ah, yes. I met him at the negotiations.
I never would have imagined I'd be here, on the same ship, working together with our oppressors. But now that I am, I can imagine a future where the Hotari and Elydians are no longer enemies. I always hoped for peace, but it seems so far away. There's still a lot of bad blood.
Yeah.
Maybe too much.
Well, if there's any way I can help, let me know.
I'll take you up on that. It's good
Dinner,
to have the support
movie.
of the Starfleet captain, I'm sure.
It's coming along nicely. Thank you, Tyler. I'll take it from here. We're almost done.
I have to brief Ambassador Spock in a few minutes.
Ambassador Spock can wait. You have some fences to mend. Personally, I'm against the needless destruction of innocent life forms, so I'm glad you transported the Tkonian crystals onto the ship. But Lieutenant Bedrosian obviously feels otherwise. And right now, you need the full support of your bridge crew. Being an effective leader requires trust, but an issue as divisive as this can create discord.
I still need and value contrary opinions. I don't want everyone agreeing with me when they feel otherwise.
Oh, you'll know when Lieutenant Bedrosian doesn't agree with something. She's not shy about making her opinion known.
Good.
It's been a chaotic last few days for everyone. You need to name a new first officer in preparation for what's coming.
If there isn't tons of fanfic with these two, then I'm disappointed with the internet. Oh, you know there is. You know there is.
You'll have to work to regain Lieutenant Bedrosian's trust. But if she's removed from consideration, it comes down to Westbrook or Ermot. Obviously, there are pros and cons with each, but ultimately, the decision is yours. Commander Westbrook has seniority and was hoping to be Captain Solano's first officer. Ermot has the knowledge and experience that makes him more than qualified. You really couldn't go wrong with either of them.
At the moment, I'm leaning toward selecting Commander Westbrook as the new first officer.
That would be an excellent choice, considering your history. The crew would respect the fact you chose someone likely to challenge your opinions and present a different point of view. You're as good as new.
I was very against her saying she's going to resign over one thing. Just one thing. I mean, she chose mutiny because that's what's the regulations dictated. The captain wasn't going for protocol, so he needed to be removed for medical purposes. So yeah, I support that decision. You can't hold that decision over me, okay? That's regulation. And as soon as you start pulling personal BS like that, I don't care. I don't care. As chat said, like, you know, I'll just find someone else.
Thank you, Dr. Duvall.
Always nice to have a captive audience. Really shouldn't keep Ambassador Spock waiting.
You said he can wait. You said he can wait.
Captain.
I'll meet you inside.
I'm here to officially tender my resignation from the crew of the USS Resolute. I cannot in good conscience continue to serve aboard this ship, not while the interests of the enemy take precedent over the safety of the crew.
Listen, Lieutenant, I understand how you feel, and I respect your opinion. You're one of the most valuable officers on the bridge, which is why I cannot accept your resignation.
I'm sorry, Captain, but I expected as much. Which is why I already submitted my letter of resignation to
You are
Starfleet
jumping the
Command.
gun
My
big
door
time.
is always open if you change your mind.
We'll have Ambassador Spock via subspace shortly.
Thank you, Mr. Ermot.
I'll notify Lieutenant Bedrosian we're about to begin.
That won't be necessary.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsalar have first-hand experience with our adversaries. I thought it advantageous for them to join this briefing. I understand this is unusual, but I trust you have no objections?
Talk about moving up in the world. Not that I'm surprised in the least.
Excellent idea, Mr. Chovak. They deserve to be here.
In all seriousness, what Diaz and Edsalar accomplished aboard the Xeldi is nothing short of
Just that
remarkable.
chin.
They're both to be commended, not only for surviving against incredible odds, but for helping our efforts against these scions.
You know, Carter deserves most of the credit. None of us would have made it without his help. We'd all be bioformed by this point.
But there were way more people involved than just me. Not only Petty Officer Edsalar, but we had help from an Elydian officer named Arminta as well.
Interesting.
Ambassador Spock is ready for you.
Put him through.
Captain Rydek, your recent change in station certainly warrants mention, and I trust you to faithfully execute your expanded duties. Right now, we must keep our attention on the clear and present danger that lies ahead, the Tkon and their warship. The closest populations are the Hotari and Elydian systems, and they are likely the first targets for mass bioforming. After that lies Federation space.
I have advised Starfleet Command to send an impromptu battle group to intercept and assist you, but that will take time. You are our first line of defense. And with our shield algorithms compromised, we are at a great disadvantage. Of course, you know that as well as I do.
I'm glad to hear the battle group is en route, Ambassador. With what we're up against, we're gonna need all the help we can get.
And you will have it. Remember, our strength is drawn from our ability to work together towards a common goal.
Have we made any progress in finding a way to defend ourselves from the Aphilion's bioforming weapon?
Currently, our shields will not protect us, but I am compiling all of the information the away team gathered on the Xeldi and cross-referencing it against our own as well as Portal 6-3's methods.
The away team is sitting right here. They survived without getting bioform, so we know it's possible. So,
well,
what's the secret?
Don't
How do
get
we defend
shanked.
ourselves? Is there a weakness we can exploit? Something we can do to avoid getting bioformed?
Yeah, it's essentially don't get caught,
As
don't
simple
get
as it
shanked.
sounds, the best thing to do is to not get caught, whether it's one-on-one or the whole ship.
We avoided the Tkon as much as we could.
But we saw the bioforming, and there's not much you can do.
I found something that might help. It's too soon to say for sure, but we've had some promising indications that Duridium can delay the bioforming process.
Duridium?
It's not a cure. It's not going to bring anyone back we've already lost. But Duridium is a cell stabilizer, so it has the potential to slow down the onset of physical and mental changes, if not entirely prevent them. And we might be the only ship in the fleet with this much Duridium on hand. In fact, a lot of ships wouldn't have any.
I'll forego the rest of my treatments, if it means the crew will be safe.
Captain, you'd die.
That's an honorable intention, but it's not that simple. It requires a much larger dose to be effective. We don't have enough Duridium on board to protect the whole crew. We barely have enough to protect everyone in this room.
Sounds like it won't do us much good then.
Yeah.
The use case I'd suggest is that you could buy a little time for an officer or a small group to complete a task or mission. But it has to be taken at the moment of exposure to the bioforming mechanism.
Prepare a delivery method for this remedy.
It's called an EpiPen.
That raises the question. What is the mission?
Assuming the Aphelion uses shields of some kind, I don't expect it will be easy to bypass their defenses.
We may not be able to block the Aphelions' attack either. But if they do strike, we know their weapon uses transporter technology. We might be able to backtrack their signal path.
Like we did to evacuate Captain Rydek from Tau.
Exactly. We could send an away team onto the Aphelion.
So we could destroy it from the inside.
I'm not exactly sure how, but that's the idea.
So it's like jujitsu. We use their attack and turn it
Is it
against
judo or jujitsu?
That's the idea.
We'll keep thinking on it. I'd rather not have to take a direct hit to punch back. There might be some other way we can turn their strength into a weakness.
We'll need to prepare a boarding party.
Judo jitsu.
Petty Officers Edsalar and Diaz are the logical choices to lead any away mission to the Aphelion. They have already crippled one enemy ship. If anyone can do so again, it is them.
This isn't like the engineering mission that took you to the Xeldi. Do you really have some special insights that a tactical team wouldn't?
Doesn't the fact that we're here speak for itself?
Just surviving won't be enough this time.
Only if Tkon you can use
Only
Tkon.
a Tkon can operate their technology to its fullest. So, unless we want to try to do this with one hand tied behind our backs, we're definitely going to need an assist from this portal guy.
I like that even less.
I figured as much.
Like it or not, that's the truth.
Yes. Portal should be part of the away team. There's no question in my mind.
If this is the necessary course of action, I support it.
I will compile all the latest data on the tricorders, just in
Just
case.
in case.
In the meantime, I want you working on ways we can combat the Tkon tech. Shields, weapons, anything we can use.
Yes, Captain.
Anything else, Ambassador?
I know this matter is in capable hands. Hold the line as best you can. Help is on the way.
Thank you.
All right. Little prep talk.
I have faith in all of you to meet this moment with the urgency it requires. I expect all of us to give it everything we've got. Thank you, Petty Officers Diaz and Edselar. You're dismissed.
While we have a quorum of senior staff, there is a procedural element we need to take care of. The Resolute command codes must be transferred to Captain Rydek for control of the ship.
Of course.
Computer, transfer all command codes to Captain Jara Rydek. Voice authorization Ermot, Echo 4 Lima.
Voice authorization Duval. Beta 2 Yankee.
Voice authorization Westbrook. Alpha 7 Tango.
Awaiting your authorization, Captain.
I don't know the authorization. It probably doesn't really matter at this point. But still, like, was I given any indicator on the authorization codes? I also have a lot of chat to go through, so. I actually found an interview with the lead writer where he said it wasn't intended for Jar and Tyler to be a thing, but he welcomed the interpretation. Yes. Oh, wow, I'm pretty far back. There was Unhinged AF. Getting mad for you not committing genocide. Very Starfleet, yeah. Got Bruce Campbell's chin. Blue to the sky awards and the thigh jujitsu, hold the line. Love isn't always on time. Great, now I have the song stuck on my head. You're welcome. All right, let's get back to it.
Voice authorization, Rydek. Alpha 3 Whiskey.
Captain's codes transferred. The updated command structure is incomplete. Please designate a new first officer.
Who is the new first officer?
Oh, crap, I had to pick now. So, I guess we can't pick her anymore. Not only that, she's a lieutenant. So I wouldn't be able to pick her anyway. Westbrook or Ermot? I think I might have to go with Bruce Campbell here. Chat said Bruce Campbell. I was actually going with Jay Leto.
Please designate a new first officer.
With an empty chair. Yeah.
It is an honor and a pleasure to name Commander Westbrook as my new first officer.
Thank you, Captain. You made the right choice.
Congratulations, Commander. It's long overdue.
I know we've had our differences, but I can't tell you how much I appreciate this.
Computer, Commander Westbrook is the new first officer of the USS Resolute.
Awaiting voice authorization.
Voice authorization Westbrook. Alpha 7 Tango.
Authorization is now complete.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
That was a lot. I choose the empty chair.
Nicely done. I think that went well.
A lot of work to get these transferred over.
Can I have a word with you?
Give me a minute.
Look, I respect your decision, Captain. Commander Westbrook has seniority, and I can understand why you might have felt pressure to promote him. But what I can't understand is why you would choose someone so clearly unsuited for the position. It's the very reason why Captain Solano chose you over him. Because he knew Westbrook as first officer would be disastrous.
Well, why not choose you then?
I know you're disappointed, but I trust his experience. And I need to rely on him now more than ever.
But that's just it. We can't afford to make any mistakes. And that's my concern with Commander Westbrook. Maybe I've had it wrong this whole time. But I thought we've had an excellent working relationship almost from the moment you first arrived.
You were frowny in the relationship channel.
I was insulted when you didn't trust me with the information about Captain Solano being compromised, but I've always supported you, which is certainly more than you can say about Westbrook. It was always against you, especially with regard to Captain Solano. But I guess loyalty counts for nothing with you.
Listen, I value your opinion more than just about anyone's. I rely on it. And if we're going to beat Galvin, I'll need your help now more than ever. So please, don't be discouraged.
I'll be fine. Just give me some time.
Oh, he's so mad. He's always proven to be pretty level-headed when he was on the Wade team. Irma hasn't really been doing much in comparison. Yeah, that's the thing. I've gotten more input that I believe works with Federation conduct from Chins than I have Blue Kinder Egg. Okay, from the Kinder Egg, Ermot. So Bruce Campbell has given me more input that I agree with when it comes to how I'm interpreting Starfleet codes and regulations, and that's the reason why I chose him. It had nothing to do with the fact that the guy who wants pictures of Spider-Man didn't choose Westbrook as first officer, which Ermot did bring up a very valid point on why he didn't choose Westbrook. Maybe it wasn't Solano's prerogative. I don't know. I
don't understand. Giving everything she's got, but it doesn't make a difference. Something is actively slowing us down.
Keep trying. What's the situation in engineering?
I can't raise them. Internal comms are down.
It's the ionic interference. It's spiking again. If we reinitialize the central communications trunk, it should compensate.
If I may, Captain. Communications are critical to ship operations. I should go take care of this.
Go.
I was hoping we could buy enough time until Starfleet could send more ships. But it looks like we might have to face off against the Aphelion sooner than we might want. If it's just us, I don't like our chances.
We can't fight them on their terms. We have to be clever.
Speaking of fighting them.
We're being pulled out of warp!
The Aphelion is closing on us, and fast.
Carrots. That's a big carrot.
We're being hailed by the Aphelion. Galvin demands to be heard.
On screen.
I wanted an option to delay. I really wanted an option because currently our primary objective is to stall and delay until Starfleet, the ships arrive.
You thought you could run? That I would let you escape so easily after taking what's mine? How pathetic and predictable. At least you can take solace knowing you'll be a far braver Tkon than you were as a cowardly Kobliad. Is it any wonder your people perished? If your every instinct is to run from a fight.
You underestimate the lengths I'm willing to go to ensure you don't succeed.
Sadly, this is as far as you'll get. We both know I hold your fate in the palm of my hand. That I could crush you in an instant if I so desired.
I call your bluff. Do it.
As much as I'd like to.
Exactly.
Purpose to serve. As one of us.
I have your entire species in the palm of my hand, and you wanted to attack?
Pandar, get us out of here.
You weren't in red alert before? You're You're pathetic and predictable.
Evasive maneuvers.
Section. No systems or structural damage, though.
They've turned. Wonderful. You weren't supposed to have phasers.
Targeting the crew, not the ship.
Captain, we have to respond. Hit him in the mouth. What are your orders?
Fire phasers. Target the source of the beam.
The Aphelion remains undamaged by the phasers, Captain.
Mm-hmm.
And its shields are fully intact.
Which means torpedoes didn't do anything.
It's too powerful to take head on.
Damage report from the lower decks.
I still can't raise them, Captain.
Could be that the system's down. Or that was the Tkon bioforming ray. And there's no one left down there to respond. The Tkon may already be on this ship. No way of knowing how bad it is yet.
Alright. It's one of those things. We got to get the communications back online. That could be a double-edged sword, especially since we already know that Miranda can use the communications to tap into the feed and get like a live stream of communications. We seal the bridge, but we have someone out there trying to actively restore communications. So I think sealing the bridge is one of those things. Yeah, let's seal the bridge. But if we seal the bridge, we can't get out. And if someone takes over the bridge, no one can get in. What was the third one? I don't know what the third one was. Warn Starfleet. That might be it. That might be it. The thing they should have done in the first place.
Get an urgent message to Starfleet Command. Tell them we've been hit by the Aphelion's bioforming ray. There may be hostile Tkon aboard this ship.
I'll notify them at once.
Here are your new tricorders.
Oh, I guess I have to pick this thing up.
Now go. Get to the transporter room.
Get to the chopper! Wasn't it supposed to be like this originally? Because it was like this because Leonard Nimoy couldn't move his thumb or something like that, right? Let's go, E. That's why you stun. Stun first, ask questions later. Especially since everyone has every authorization code and knowledge point that everyone else had, so there's no point in asking. And I literally ran through that phaser beam. But look at this scene. Look at this chaos and this madness.
Transporter room 1.
You're coming with us?
A security officer told me your funeral, which I gladly accepted.
These are concentrated duridium doses. You need to take the dose as soon as you're exposed for it to be effective. Now, take it right before if you can get the Tkon to wake when you do it.
I'm having trouble locking onto the transporter path through the interference.
I've done this before. I have to align the transporter with the tetrametric signature.
See, you may have done this before. I don't remember. Caesar BA. Take a phaser beam right to the neck? No problem.
We need to tunnel through the shields.
Oh man, that's a lot of stuff to kind of sift through. Let's see if I can get this.
There's a problem. We don't have enough power to make the jump. I might be able to divert power from...
Stand aside.
Oh, just like that.
Let you fumble about any longer. Time is running short.
He doesn't know who Portal is.
Great. You must be Portal 6-3.
Yes.
God, another Tkon Empire.
I'm Carter. Engineer of the Starship Resolute.
Yeah.
We're right behind you.
Do us proud over there. Ready to transport.
Energize.
Your funeral, which I gladly accepted. Yes, I like that. Oh my God, his eyes are staying. How creepy. His eyes teleport in first. Can I cook or can't I?
The glory of it. This ship is a marvel. Even to me, it's almost a shame we have to scuttle it. The galaxy has never seen a ship like this.
It is beautiful. I'll give you that.
Resolute, come in!
We're losing cohesion.
I'm gonna try to use my tricorders and pattern enhance.
The signal's gone. Are they there? Did you get them?
They didn't make it.
We don't have time to mourn.
You really don't.
We have to get to the Cartabula and disable it.
Hopefully before the battle group shows up.
Get served up for the Aphelions' next meal.
I am saturated in Tkonian power readings. I can't feel the source just yet.
Captain's log, starting at 20.9, round to the nearest decimal point. We've traveled back in time to save an ancient species. Oh no, my water bottle. All right, so I am now without water. That's what I get for dicking around with my water, right? All right. Crystal passage and crystal radiation, and I can't move. I cannot extend the camera beyond this boundary. I do not have the option to complete scans, so I guess there's something else I gotta pushy buttons. I don't know. That's probably something very big and obvious, and I'm just completely missing it. But I can't do anything. I need to not even get paid. Yeah. I don't know what I'm looking for. Maybe this? This giant beacon of white light in the middle of the tricorder? I'm looking for that.
This way.
I can't reach anyone. At least not on the lower decks. It's like they're all gone. The comm systems seem to be operational again.
That bioforming ray may have transformed dozens of crew members on the lower decks.
This ship could be swarming with resurrected Tkon. It's only a matter of time before they come to their senses and take action.
Which means we have a narrow window of time to cut them off before.
You were saying?
Captain, we're holding them off as best we can on deck 9, but...
If they spread throughout the decks, we'll never know who to trust. It'll be a civil war aboard our own ship.
We're leaving nothing to chance. Vent the air out of Deck 9.
I don't think I interpreted that response properly. I wanted to knock him out, not kill him all. That's a my bad. That is a my bad on that part. Yeah, I'm angry too. I did not want to do that. No, I am not happy with that reply. That is a misinterpretation. And that's one of the bad things about games and decisions like this. Like, I misinterpreted something, and the response, the consequences and circumstances is just going to ripple through everything and screw everything up. I am not happy about that decision at all. See, and that's not even like a small decision either. That is a huge decision. That basically contradicts everything I've built up to this point. Save everyone, save everyone. And like chat says, kill them all. You know what I'm going to do? You know what? I'm just going to live with the consequences. This is a decision I fundamentally disagree on, and I didn't want to do it in any shape, way, or form, but it is what it is, right? It's eating at me. It is literally eating at me. I interpreted it as remove the oxygen to the point where they go unconscious. It is eating at me. I cannot focus on anything else until I want to see if I can load. I don't like that at all. That's how much I don't like it. I'm hoping that the autosave didn't autosave saves. No. I need to restart the game. Restart the game. I need to save scrum. Close the game. Yeah, I know, chat. I know. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry, people. Please don't autosave. Please don't autosave. Please don't autosave. I can redo this. I can do better. I can do better. We're all right. We saved the peoples.
It's like they're all gone.
No, we've never actually gone through this before, right? This is the first time. Yeah.
Dozens of crew members on the lower decks.
Totally. Never done this before.
This ship could be swarming with resurrected Tkon. It's It's only a matter of time before they come to their senses and take action.
Which means we have a narrow window of time to cut them off before...
Captain, we're holding them off as best we can on Deck 9, but...
If they spread throughout the decks, we'll never know who to trust.
There.
Lock down the affected areas immediately. Close the bulkheads and erect the containment fields. No one is allowed in or out without my authorization.
There could be crew members who weren't affected who could get locked inside.
That's a risk we'll have to take.
Initiating a lockdown now.
And what happens if some of the bioformed manage to escape? How should the crew engage them? Or should they?
See, now that I've completely, I saw the future, and I knew that pushing that button would misinterpret my orders and everything. So I acted rationally. I never load the game. No, this is a decision that I've worked with and that I have to deal with, and the consequences and all this stuff. And I never had anything to do with that. So now that we are comfortably back on track, I think we're going to go with the zero trust model and go always verify. Because we have a method of being able to see who is, as they put it, bioform. So I think that would be the best bet.
Don't want suspicion to run rampant.
Captain Solano had a favorite proverb from Earth. Trust but verify. Everyone should assume we're all on the same side. But at the same time, they should watch for anything abnormal.
Have we heard anything from Commander Ermot?
No. And he's been gone for quite some time.
The comm system he went to investigate. It's near the affected area. Commander Ermot. Commander Ermot, can you hear me?
Computer shutdown initiated.
According to this, it was initiated by Commander Ermot.
What?
The central computer core will shut down in 10 minutes. We'll lose all critical ship functions. It can only be overridden by the captain at the core itself.
That's very
with me.
Inconvenient. Activate self-destruct plot sequence.
Stop! Identify yourselves! We're just trying to figure out what's happening. Ah, to hell with it.
I pushed the wrong button. I pushed the wrong button. I pushed R1, not L1. Get to the chopper.
Master console is up there. I don't have much time.
Huh, this looks familiar. Isn't this where all the data chips were? Okay, I can't go that way. You're supposed to hit red too.
It's me, Commander Ermot. First Officer Westbrook insisted I find you immediately. Let me get this door open. I think I remember the code. I hope you haven't been hurt, Captain. It's It's not safe here. I'll get you somewhere more secure.
So we got a scenario where Commander Ermot's codes have been used to turn off the computers. He's holding a phaser behind some sort of cage. Yeah, he's acting sus. Trust, verify. But we're not given the option. Why haven't they done anything with the central sensors to figure out if people have been possessed or not, have been bioformed or not? That's kind of silly, in my opinion, that they haven't actually done anything of the sort. But unfortunately, I don't know, paranoia running rampant? Should I give him the benefit of the doubt? No, because he did say Westbrook needs to contact and find the captain immediately. Too many red flags, in my opinion. Too many red flags. Too many red flags. Where have you been? I'm fine. And point phaser. Those are the options. It's not giving me anything that I like. The fact that they're not allowing me to do a quick scan, because obviously the bioscans don't take very long, only a couple of seconds, is kind of frustrating. I think it's because Ermot's codes, I have to point the phaser.
Just about. Captain, don't do anything rash.
See?
Still getting used to these Federation weapons.
I knew it.
Termination sequence in progress.
Damn it!
See, I'm hitting R2. Why is the control reflecting off the surface?
Be reasonable, Captain. There's a time to fight and a time to admit defeat.
Computer termination sequence in progress. Awaiting Captain's authorization.
Oh, you did a shifty move. Unfortunately, I know where you're at now. Pew.
Cancel computer shutdown.
It's audio, so you can't actually say anything from across the room? Oh, you better slap him. Oh, I was really hoping you'd slap the crap out of him. She played Street Fighter 2 as well.
Okay, wait. Just hear me out. Listen to reason. There's no need to do anything impulsive.
This isn't impulsive. Exactly.
I was only acting on orders. I didn't mean any harm. You know we'd rather have you with us. We can make a deal, right? Come to terms.
Just stun him.
Awaiting Captain's authorization. Awaiting Captain's authorization.
Cancel computer shutdown. Voice authorization, Rydick. Alpha 3. Whiskey.
Termination sequence cancelled.
Right like a slap in the belly of the beast. All right, we're going to call it here. We're going to call it here. Stuff has seriously hit the fan. We saw into the future and used the sands of time to kind of rewind a little bit. I think it's a good place to stop. We could probably go one more chapter, stuff like that, but I've been fighting a migraine and these bright lights are really just ugh. They're whooping my butt. So I think it's a good time right here. Man. Huge philosophical dilemmas. I don't know. It's like, I don't think it would be so bad if it gave me more options. Because it seems like it's always yes or no, no gray lines, no other situations. And I think that's probably one of the more frustrating things. I mean, it's fine. It's just part of the game. I play games like this, and it's enjoyable nonetheless. Interesting story. Nice action-packed stuff going on right now. I knew I should have shot Ermot, but like I said, I really wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. Him using his codes to activate the computer shutdown and not replying to the communications at the same time as Bruce Campbell saying, he told me to get a hold of you. Just too many red flags. I should have just moved on, right? Oh well. Nothing too major. Nothing too major. Yeah. Then I can get a drink. We never discussed what I'm going to be doing for dinner tonight, but you know what? I guess that's just going to be a problem I have to solve on my own. But that just about does it for this episode. If you enjoyed the content, like, subscribe, notifications, follow, thumbs up, ring the bell, I don't know, whatever Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, VHS, even Betamax wants you to do nowadays because it changes all the time, right? And check out my website, JPEdgar.com. I got my books, my blog, my merch, and just a reminder, my live stream and my libraries are all separate channels, and those links will be in the description. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming in, just hanging out, having fun, making fun of me along the way, and just enjoying the ride. I really do appreciate it. And like always, more ridiculous to come.